How do you answer the tricky interview question, "Tell me about your weaknesses"? When you're asked the question, "Tell me about your weaknesses" in an interview, it can be tempting to try and spin a strength into a weakness or to downplay any areas where you could improve. However, it's important to remember that this question is designed to help the interviewer get a better sense of your self-awareness and your ability to identify areas for growth. Here are some tips for answering this tricky question. Be honest, but not too harsh on yourself. When discussing your weaknesses, be honest about areas where you could improve, but don't be too hard on yourself. It's important to show that you're self-aware and willing to grow, but you don't want to give the impression that you lack confidence or that you're not qualified for the job. Focus on how you're working to improve. Don't just talk about your weaknesses, talk about the steps you're taking to address them. For example, if you struggle with public speaking, you might mention that you're taking a public speaking course or that you're practicing in front of a mirror. Frame weaknesses as opportunities. Instead of just talking about weaknesses, frame them as opportunities for growth. For example, if you struggle with time management, you might say that you're working on developing better systems for prioritizing tasks and managing your schedule. Stay relevant to the job. When discussing your weaknesses, make sure they're relevant to the position you're applying for. For example, if you're applying for a customer service role, you might mention that you sometimes struggle with conflict resolution, but that you're working on developing better communication skills. Remember, the interviewer isn't necessarily looking for someone who is perfect. They want to see that you're aware of your limitations and are willing to work on them. By answering this question honestly and thoughtfully, you can demonstrate your self-awareness and your commitment to personal growth.